Live, man. Shout out Up Next Live. Shout out Up Next Live. Gang, it's the big step of the well-known flexer here with Up Next Live.
What's up, world? It's your girl, Brittany Elise, my sister, DJ MK in the building. It's Up Next Live, and we got a special guest. Welcome, Earthgang, to the Up Next Live family.
What's up?
What's up, guys?
So I had to wear my Braves gear for y'all.
I was already seeing it, yeah.
I was like, let me bring out the throwback Braves. We going to ATL with it today. But little backstory, I went in my closet. I was looking for my Hampton University sweatshirt.
Wow, you went to Hampton.
I was like, I need that sweatshirt, but could not find it. But my mother went to Hampton, so that's why I got so much Hampton gear.
Oh, that's dope.
So I was like, I gotta pay homage before we even hop into this.
That's plenty homage right there. That Braves is really doing it for me.
Listen, when I tell you my family is Braves family, like my aunt used to sit there and watch. I used to be like, why is you watching this long ass game? She'd be like, cause it's the Braves.
Braves.
No, let's hop into the interview. I'm just like, y'all just came back from New Zealand as of yesterday, right?
Yeah.
So I'm imagining y'all gotta be somewhat jet lagged, just a little bit, no?
I could fall asleep right now. I really like just right now. Like very peacefully, like very peacefully sleep in front of y'all. Like not even move, like not laying down or nothing. That's some real content. Y'all got Earthgang just chilling.
They like, look, I'm asleep with my eyes open. Listen. So what was New Zealand like? Because you guys left to go out there, what, December 15th, 16th-ish? Yeah. You were out there for a New Year's Eve or New Year's Day festival, pretty much.
Well, the first week of the year was like several festivals. So we quarantined. Yeah, we quarantined for 2 weeks when we got there, and then they released us on New Year's Eve, which was like a great day to get out of a long quarantine. And then we turned up for the rest of the time we was out there. It was pretty awesome.
So was that like outside of March and what happened in April? Was that like you guys' first time like seriously quarantining in like another country? And was it different from your quarantine that you did here?
Yeah, our quarantine here was basically, like go to the grocery store, like
grocery to stay home.
That's it, go get gas, that's it, like call your people. But over there, like we could only leave
we couldn't leave the building
for a certain, we couldn't leave the building.
We could not leave the building.
We could only go outside to like the courtyard and stuff for a certain amount of hours a day, like that's it.
Yeah, it was like very low minimum security jail, like super low minimum security, but still you couldn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't go nowhere. They bring the food to you, or they leave it outside your door. You gotta put your mask on just to open the door to grab your little food tray off, and then like you just do that.
Quarantine jail.
Right.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was wild.
And it was military run too.
I would have to imagine that you guys in that time frame, did you guys create, like what was your day-to-day? Was the creative process during that time, or were you guys just like, I'm ready to get out of here?
I did not create anything out there.
Yeah, I just rested. I just rested. Gave myself some time to relax, and that's it.
I made some phone calls I should have been made all 2020. It was a lot of catching up.
So how did the opportunity come about for you guys to go out to New Zealand?
Well, they initially offered it to us. Last time we ended our South Pacific leg of a tour was the end of 2019, like right before Christmas. And they offered it to us back then, and because they thought we would come back the following year, and then everything would be going up great, and then everything ended up getting pushed back due to Corona. And we was like, well, can this still happen? They're like, yeah, y'all can. They called us in October, this past October, and like, yeah, it can still happen. The festivals are gonna happen because we, got our cases down to practically nothing. So y'all can come, but you just gotta keep our case numbers down. So quarantine. That was the only catch. We knew before we went, we was like, we're gonna miss Christmas. We're gonna miss, like a lot of just stuff is like, look, but if you want this other side where you can perform for 15,000 people again, this is what it takes.
How does it feel to be back here in America after being over there and not having like any type of like COVID lifestyle? Like what does that feel like being back here? Everybody like masked up and
yeah.
We got an Uber when we first got back, and bruh, it was super cold, and bruh had all the windows down.
He was scared of the cold. He was like, bro, it's December, January, bro. You wild.
He wild.
Wild, bro.
That was like the first, like, to me, I was like, well, yeah, duh. Like, we back here now. You know what I'm saying? Because over there, you get, even though it wasn't like forever, in a few weeks of being over there, you get used to people just walking around living again. You know what I'm saying? Like, your body won't step back again, so you get used to it.
You seeing people's faces on the street and stuff, like,
yeah, you seeing everybody's face.
You know what I'm saying? It's normal. You can see people smile, see people laugh.
I seen people out there sharing drinks and shit. I'm like, yo.
Too much. No, I mean, it had to be an amazing feeling to touch back on the stage again after not being to be on a stage for a certain amount of time, and especially not knowing what we're walking into in 2021 as far as live shows and things like that here in the States. What did it feel like to be back on stage?
Man, it was liberating, you know, like one of our shows, it was raining during one of our shows, and like the crowd was more into it, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody left, like they was there screaming, dancing, like having a good time, like in the water, in the rain. It was just like people were just glad to like be outside, be amongst human beings. And you just realize how much that human connection actually means, you know?
It's electrifying.
Yeah.
I mean, that's such a unique experience for you guys, like as just as Earthgang, because it's like nobody else in the world got to experience performing for like major festivals, really.
Right.
Earthgang is for the earth, baby. We all over it.
What's that?
The Earthgang is for the earth. We all over the earth. It just goes into the brand. We're gonna be we plan to do a lot more international stuff as this time goes forward.
Well, listen, I know y'all back in Atlanta now, and I went to Atlanta during, what was it, like October, like Halloweenish, and it was chilly. But I ain't gonna lie, y'all outside. Y'all like, we outside.
Where y'all at? Miami? Y'all in Florida?
Orlando.
I knew y'all was in Florida.
All I had to say was we outside, and you was like, y'all in Florida. But we like y'all, so we might take a little trip to Atlanta to see y'all, because we know y'all outside.
I ain't going nowhere for the next few days, next few months. I'm chilling.
I ain't going out.
I'm chilling, man. We done seen the promised land. Everybody sit y'all ass down.
I think going over there and seeing how easy it could be, and what Lauren said, it could all be so simple. Seeing that, it's like, man, it could all be so simple, and it make you want to do your part to keep the COVID away from us, to eradicate this nuisance.
Well, I want to hop into this record Options, because I'm gonna tell you, Gio sent it to us, and I was like, ooh.
Yeah, you felt with it.
Here is a vibe, and it's funny because as we were preparing for this interview, I said to MK, I feel like they give me this old school sound with today's lyrics, and the fusion of that is just so electrifying. And you teamed up with Wale for this single. So what was the creative process and the reasoning behind Options?
The creative process, started working on the record, believe it or not, like in the winter of 2019, just like making beats, just being creative on tour. And then the beginning when 2020 hit, you know what I'm saying, that's when everybody got a chance to like sit down and like really think back over their life and like really see what was going on. And, you know, ain't nobody doing nothing but be at home. So, you know, the DMs is going crazy. The tenders is going crazy. Like everybody reaching out to everybody. And you trying to see like who really into you, like who really want to spend time with you, who really want to check in on you. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if you spend the time to actually show somebody you interested, you know what I'm saying? Like they got to take that seriously. If they not with it, that's cool. But like, just don't play around with people's time, you know what I'm saying? Because like, they could really be out here, you know?
Listen, when I was playing it, I was out. I low-key looked at my girlfriend, was like, "Look, don't play this."
Don't play with me. Don't play with me.
But you got me in trouble when I said that. I was like, I got options. No, I'm just playing.
That's what I'm saying. That's it.
So, even down to the video, it's like I don't even know if I want to call it like anime. I don't know what to call it because it's like clay, but then
it's like claymation video. Yeah,
Yeah.
shit.
Stop motion picture.
Yeah, Pixar. We went to Pixar on them.
Like, God.
What'd you say?
It's like the MTV, the old wrestler. What was that damn?
Remember, it was like a WWE.
It was
A celebrity
death match. Yeah.
Right.
Celebrity Deathmatch.
That's exactly what it was
That's what
like.
reminds me of.
Yeah.
They need to bring that show back too, by the way. There's a lot of people that should fight on there.
Good. Are you guys involved in the creative process of you guys' videos as well?
What'd you say?
Are you involved in like the creative process of your videos as well?
Yeah, for sure. All of our videos, we like them to be entertaining. We like them to kind of push the envelope and stuff. And you know what I'm saying? With this next project that we dropping soon, we want all our videos to be like visually engaging, where people just like, you know what I'm saying, mind blown and entertained.
You just can't stop watching and can't stop sharing. I think we want our videos to be as addictive as possible.
Listen, I'm telling you, y'all came out. I'm gonna start saying it's the death match, but yeah, y'all came out with that claymation, and I was different. I like this. It's eye catching because we don't see a lot of things like that in 2021 right now.
Yeah,
definitely different. Another thing, me and MK, because we like to talk a lot about. We go back and forth about artists, music, video. We talk about everything. But one of the things that we discussed was you guys had your EPs that had the Wizard of Oz theme, right?
Yeah.
Now I realized we got something for the Tin Man, we got something for the Lion, we got something for the Scarecrow. Are we gonna get something for Dorothy and the Witches?
That was our album.
Mirrorland was supposed to be the all-encompassing Emerald City. That's like when Dorothy finally gets to the city.
Yeah, Mirrorland.
So go look and listen to Mirrorland again, because we even hinted like throughout some of the stuff in the album and on the cover.
Right, like, am I getting Dorothy here? I need Dorothy to have her own separate part, because Dorothy needs
Dorothy is all of us. Dorothy is the journey we all take, and like to get to the Brass, Robots, and Royalty are the people and the experiences we have along the way, and then Mirrorland is when we get to a grand part of our journey. So like the Emerald City.
I like the way that you guys
right on time
put it into perspective for people, but it's subtle. It's not like right there. It's subtle. Like you got to think about it for
Only
sure.
for the thinker.
Well, we like people to interpret for themselves too. Like we don't like to overtell like what the stories is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I like when people come to me and ask me something that I wasn't thinking at all about my music. And I'm like, damn, that is cool that you got that from that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's one of my favorite feelings.
Yeah, and it's like everybody's right, really, if that's what they, you know what I'm saying? If that's what they took from the music. Now, I watched 2 days ago the Revenge of the Dreamers, the Sessions, the documentary y'all did. Listen, I feel so inspired. Like I feel so inspired. That was literally like one of the coolest things like I've seen happen in like just as a DJ, just like watching what goes on with things in like the decade, like the last decade. To me, like how that came together, what the result was, like it's just so big. And I just wanted to know, I guess, like one of like your favorite memories from like being a part of that.
For me, it was just like the environment. You know, everybody was just like so cool with being with peers. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like no ego-driven thing. It was just like it was one building with 5-6 studios in it where you can just go in and work from anybody from, you know what I'm saying, Rick Ross to Lil Baby to us to J.Cole to Ari Lennox, you know what I'm saying? It was just everybody was just in there being cool, and like it was really for the creators, and we were coming together to do something fire for the people.
Yeah, for me, my favorite, like just one experience out of a bunch of great experiences. When Akon walked in, I was like, what? This Akon right here, bro. I'm like y'all see this dude right here? And he came through, he vibed in a few different rooms, and he was just like checking out the music. I don't know I don't know who called him and who said pull up, but Akon came through them sessions, and I grew up on Akon, so I was just like, yo, like that was pretty.
It was like Apple. But did you guys see being there? You didn't know who was all invited and who was gonna show up. It was just like really organic, and whoever came through just like they just worked. Everybody put in work.
Yeah. And what's crazy is like, you know, Eve, our Dreamville president, shout out to Eve. He did send out like to a few people outside of Dreamville he sent out like a few kind of like invitations or whatever, like come through, pull up, we're gonna be working here, we're gonna have this block, blah blah blah. And what's so funny, a lot of other artists that didn't get invited, whether they did or didn't, they were making up their own fake versions of the invitations just to post on their Instagram to be like, yeah, I'm gonna be in there too with the working on the dream. You know what I'm saying? So it ended up looking probably like a lot more artists there. It was already a lot of artists, but it probably looked to the people like a lot more artists than even that were even coming because so many people wanted to just be a part of that. Like it just looked like an organic movement.
You know, this really explains a lot because I remember when everybody was posting that gold, orange, and black flyer, and it was like, oh shit, they got invited. Oh shit, they got invited.
Yeah, all them flyers.
Whole process.
Right. I was like, where my flyer? Right. Yeah. No, another thing that I wanted to touch on is right now, well, I would say in the last year, I think in millennials and our age group, politics has been really pushed to the forefront of a lot of our minds and really understanding the voting process, who we're voting for, what we're voting for, and things of that nature. And I've seen where you guys were very instrumental in working with Stacey Abrams and Mayor Keisha Lance Bottom and their campaign for what recently happened in Georgia and turning you guys the state blue. What was you guys' involvement in that process?
I mean, we wanted to get down with Stacey Abrams, Keisha Lance Bottom. Being home really just helped us like continue to like tap into our community, tap into our hoods, tap into the places where we always go and really just like empower these people in these areas to let them know like, man, that you can make something shake in this election, you know?
Yeah, I followed the Georgia a lot because, like I said, a lot of my family's there, and I have family in Spalding County and Fulton County, and I'm watching it as it's happening, and it's even funny because if you listen to like our parents or our grandparents, they'll say, "Well, I'm a vote, but I don't know if it's gonna matter." But then when you have people our age group really out there fighting the grassroots, by turning the state blue, it shows that our voice matters and that we can. Good. I thank you guys definitely for your involvement, for sure.
Getting involved.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things about it was like getting people to realize that voting matters on different levels. Like you don't have to be voting for the president. Sometimes you just need to vote. Like what they say, the closer to your mailbox, the closer it affects you. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta vote for the people that's around the block from you, because that's really what you really. When you say your vote doesn't matter, that's what definitely matters. It's like the people in your immediate vicinity. So that I think a lot of people was woken up to that from this past election for sure.
No, it was definitely very influential. And even when we're watching things still unfold in the news day by day, it still is like now we can really, our voice will be heard. And I mean, I went to Atlanta during right after that time of the rioting and stuff, and I'm seeing the things that are happening around the corner from the Wendy's, and I'm watching the news. And if I hadn't have gone, I wouldn't have known about a lot of that stuff because I live in Florida. But it was definitely very eye-opening that same things that are happening here in Florida are happening in Georgia and probably happening in South Carolina and other states as well. So I thank you guys for you guys' service and putting forward your front forward to use your voice and your platform for something that is so important, because it's definitely needed. Well, I mean, the last thing I need to know, MK.
What happened?
The last thing I need to know is, so I heard that y'all met in high school, and there might have been a little incident around that where the school might have burned down.
Oh yeah, no, that's facts.
I'm like, wait, were they involved? How this happened?
No, that's facts. We didn't burn the school down, but I think somebody was like smoking in the I think somebody was like smoking in the auditorium. You know, kids try to sneak around and smoke in high school. Somebody was smoking in the auditorium with nobody in there, and I think it ended up causing a fire. But like during the time when the fire happened, everybody like all the schools in the parking lot. You know what I'm saying? You know, during a regular fire drill, kids is wild, and don't let it be no real reason to go outside and be acting wild. So like during that time, we all, you know what I'm saying, we in ninth grade at the time, like we just getting to high school, we young and just decided to just see everybody, like the whole school in the parking lot at the same time, turned up, you know what I'm saying, people beating on their cars and rapping and fighting and all type of stuff. So it was just a good way to like just start like, you know what I'm saying, you know what, life is lit right now, we finna hang out, you know what I'm saying, we boys, like it was a good way to like just energy. You know what I'm saying? It's just that good Atlanta energy is out the gate.
The crazy thing is when you think about that story, just from you guys from a personal aspect, and think about where you are today, had it that not happened, we might not be sitting here having this conversation with you two today. And that really is powerful when you think about it in an overall universal aspect of things. We wouldn't be able to listen to this good music had it not been for that fire.
And my boy didn't need to go hit it after third period.
Listen, I'm thankful whoever burned it down because I need
that smoke after that trigonometry test. Who knows?
Right.
We do have to ask them what's up next, though, Britt.
Right. So in 2021, what is up next for you guys?
Album.
Ooh, yes.
Yes, no. That's the
album too. A lot of music. We just trying to flood out. We trying to put out as much music as we're gonna put out more music than we ever put out this year, for sure.
Is there anybody that you guys are planning on working with that we don't necessarily know about yet, that you know
that you want
we should know about?
Nah, y'all already know.
Trust what you know.
Well, listen, we gonna wait on it definitely. As soon as it comes out, we definitely gonna blow it up, especially here in Orlando, the Florida market. We always got you. If you ever come through Orlando, don't just hit Disney World, hit us up too, because we're gonna run you through the club once we outside.
Thanks. How far are y'all from Tampa? I'll be in Tampa sometime.
We're about an hour and a half. Yeah, hour and depending how you drive. For me, it's an hour. If you 75, 85, that kind of driving, you might do it in an hour.
I mean, technically, we is outside though. Like,
yeah, we are outside for real.
Yeah, y'all never stop.
Y'all go home, man. Everybody just chill.
Go home, wash your hands, wear a mask. Everybody gotta go home.
Everybody just chill out.
Listen, I'll bring the hand sanitizer. I got extra masks just in case.
We're gonna try it again. We're gonna try a whole another year. We're gonna do it again. Everybody chill out.
Right. No, we definitely want to thank you guys for pulling up on us today, letting us know what is up next. And I like to say now that my Earthgang interview cherry has been popped, that I'm part of the Earthgang, okay?
You are. I'm Earthgang, you are Earthgang, we are Earthgang.
Earthgang now. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Y'all be safe.